Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome. A little live episode here at BCMG on a Friday afternoon, Masters weekend. Not going to be talking about Masters here today, everybody. You can have the Patrick Carr show here in just a bit. I'll be talking about all the live Masters updates and all the great things that are going on over there. Today, though, I want to give you a little 20-minute behind-the-scene looks at some of the things that have made BCMG successful. For those of you who follow us or are clients of ours, you may be running a company that is doing anywhere from a couple $1 million upwards of $100 million plus that we work with. I would like to think that despite things going poorly around here sometimes, we try to do the best job we can for our clients. We've seen immense growth over the last couple of years, doubling our revenue in the last 3 years every single year. And we plan to do so this year again when we look at the numbers. So very excited about what we're doing. And I want to share some of the principles because as we were putting out some fires here this morning, Anthony was over here, if you know, behind the scenes watching me do some stuff. And sometimes some of these days can get away from us as business owners and we feel like, man, we're not doing anything right. Or, man, it's maybe I'm not cut out for this, or I'm in over my head, or whatever other thoughts start to be put into your head. The first thing I would tell somebody is this. When it comes to philosophy of how I look at negative thoughts. Every single negative thought that you have in your head was put there by somebody else. I want you to think about that. So whenever you're doubting yourself in business, whenever you feel like, you know what, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not smart enough, maybe this just isn't for me. The first thing that I want to tell you is that somebody else put that thought there. At one point in your life, you thought you could have been Superman. You could have been Spider-Man. You could have done anything that you wanted to do. But then somewhere along the way, someone came along and told you that's not you. You weren't capable, that you weren't enough. And somewhere you started to believe that story. And so what I would challenge people to do is to take a look at the story that which you tell yourself. This is one of the biggest things that I've had to change in my life. And it's been a very difficult thing, is that over the time you get told a story over and over again that you compound in your head. And then what happens is you start applying that to your business. You know what, my business doesn't deserve it. My business will never be where I want it to be. And you start to look at it and you go, well, I guess it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it is not that way. Every single day you have an option to wake up and decide what kind of thoughts that you want to put into your head. And I can promise you that if you're struggling in your business right now, it's going to be the same exact thoughts today that you had yesterday. Until you do one thing, you get uncomfortable. And I'm going to tell you what, for some people, oh, that's really nice, Patrick. What is getting uncomfortable looking like? For a lot of people, we just had this thing in our business right now. For a lot of you, it's making a decision. And, you know, I was listening to Brad Lee one time, and he broke down this word decision. And when he broke it down, what he said is the decision, actually, the root word is to decide, which is like pesticide, okay? Same thing, to kill off is what it means, okay? And when you decide something that you're going to do it, what you're doing is killing off the other options, all right? I never understood Matthew McConaughey once said in front of a crowd at a graduation that too many choices make a tyrant out of all of us. Too many choices in your life is not a good thing. You need to decide in your business what you are going to do. And sometimes you're going to make the wrong decision, and that's okay. We're dealing with this right now in our business as we grow and new people fall into positions and they don't want to screw up. But sometimes what's happening is that you become so fearful and paralyzed by the thought of making a bad decision that making no decision at all is what's going to hurt you. For those of you who follow me, you may have heard the story that I love to tell about Norman Schwarzkopf. Stormin' Norm, everybody. He was a general in Desert Storm. And he was famously quoted for one time. I can't remember the story, but I want to say it was like 60 Minutes or someone interviewed him. And they said, basically, General Schwarzkopf, how are you such a decisive decision maker? Because the guy was just known for being a bad son of a bitch, okay? And he wrote books. This guy was just a bad dude. If you watch the press conferences for General Norman Schwarzkopf, and you'll see a guy that is like Grady Judd over his in Lakeland, but just on a national and international scale. He was just one heck of a man that I admired a lot. They sit him down and they say, how do you make these decisions? Because these decisions, if you make the wrong one, could cost thousands of lives. I mean, you're in charge of everything over here, and you're what you're known for. And so he tells the story about when he was underneath another general, and that he was tasked, along with some other individuals, of coming up with a plan and then presenting that plan to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And that plan was going to decide the future of the military and the direction that they were going to go. And his general, the 4-star, I believe, that was above him, was going to be the one who ultimately made the decision about where America was going to go, one of two directions. And so him and some other officers had spent weeks putting all this information together to go ahead and give to all of the generals. And they get in there and they start making this presentation. And in about 10 minutes, his general, the one that was going to make the decision, stands up. We're going to do this. That's it. Dismissed. Done. And they're sitting there going, we have all this information. How is it possible that someone like this could have done this? How could they even know what to do like that? So he approaches this general. He says, permission to speak freely. The general says, sure. He goes, sir, I don't understand. We put weeks of time into this and you 10 minutes to make a decision. I just don't see how it's possible that you were able to look at all the things that could have happened and still made a decision. And he tells me, he goes, I don't know it's the right decision to make. But what I do know is that if it's the wrong decision to make, we're going to know a hell of a lot sooner than if we just sit around and we do what we've done for the last 5 years, comparing information and trying to decide. So what this general did is he made a decision. He cut off everything else, and he understood that now he's going to be in a position to understand what's working and what isn't. And if it doesn't, we're going to go the other way hell of a lot faster than if we would have waited. Sometimes in business, you have to make decisions without knowing what is going to happen on the other side. And you put yourself out there and you do the best job that you possibly can with the understanding that you're going to give everything to your clients that's possible and that you can hold your head high knowing that. And I will tell you, wherever you are in your business, if you're just beginning it and you're like, I'm an imposter, that never leaves if you do things the right way, because you will always step into a bigger role, into a bigger room with bigger fish, and you'll feel again like you're an imposter. And when you start not to feel that way, you should feel uncomfortable with where you're at because you're not putting yourself into a place where there's growth and where there's an opportunity for you to look in the mirror and say, maybe I need to step my game up. I can't tell you the number of times that has happened here in this company, everybody, where I've been going, you know what, I got this thing figured out. You know what, Anthony, I'm good, man. I think we're doing pretty good. You know, we did this much revenue. I made this much money, whatever it is. And then you step into some room with some real killers and you realize that it's not enough, that there's always a way to get better, right? And if we continue to push ourselves around here into a way that we're not going to be comfortable, we're never going to be satisfied with that being enough, then we're going to be in a beautiful position for our clients.
Honestly, you learn a lot more from your mistakes than you do from the things you do good, because you learn from all the mistakes and build off of that and become better after.
Absolutely. I think, have you ever heard the story? This is a true story. If you could look it up, I believe.
Yeah.
Look up the story about this guy. I want to say it was a World War II. Like, I think it's a true story. World War II ship where they couldn't fix like something on the submarine or the ship. And the guy gets called and basically goes down to the propeller, hits it with a hammer one time, and he fixes it and then charges some obscene amount of money. And what he does is he comes to the guy and he's like, you just hit the thing. Like it was just like you did nothing. He goes, and he basically, the story goes that no, what you're paying for is the 30 years it took me to understand exactly what to do when I showed up here. You're not paying for the work that I did. It's all the mistakes I didn't make in the process. And to me, that speaks volumes. We have a guy who's developing an app for us right now, Ollie, just an amazing individual, introduced to me by Keenan, another good friend of mine. And it's been such a pleasure to watch him work. And sometimes I think to myself, this is just such a true example of a guy who, when you watch him work, it looks easy. But then you understand how many hours of coding and time and just an understanding of his craft did he have to put in to get to that point. But if you're in the situation where your business is growing, you're going to find yourself in that position a heck of a lot more than you're going to find very comfortable days, because you're always going to be in a place where you don't know, but you're pushing the envelope to get better. I don't know exactly sometimes what I would do if it was just the same thing on repeat around here every day. We want to get faster. We want to get smarter in how we do videos. We want to get better at how we create for people. I told my team just on Monday, we had a team meeting about how we're going to change our style of editing, how we're going to get faster and more efficient. Is it easy? No. And I know my team. They look at me and they go, another change, Pat? Another thing we're doing different? Oh my gosh. Yes, We're going to keep on innovating and keep doing things differently, because if we don't, we will become like everyone else and just fall to the wayside. There are companies out there that said, you know what, we're always going to do cinematic films. And that's all we're ever going to do. We're not going to adapt to the market and social media. We're going to do cinematic films. And you know what? They died because they didn't evolve. And now you have to evolve quicker than ever. If you're not evolving with technology, your business is surely going to die. And so we tell people around here, how are we doubling our revenue every year? How are we on pace to do it again? It's because we continue to evolve how we do things.
I feel like the best way to grow a business is to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be comfortable because then you're not going to grow. You're not going to evolve. Be uncomfortable. Just do whatever you need to do. Just keep doing different things. Try different things. Just keep evolving and don't be comfortable, because then if you're comfortable, then you're going to fall behind from the other businesses.
I don't even think I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking up something to give you some props here, Anthony, behind the phone. I'm looking up some statistics here, everybody. This is talk about being uncomfortable, right? In the past week, Anthony, thanks to your work, this is being comfortable. 2 weeks ago, I said, we're going to go live every day. And we've done it for 2 weeks straight, right? There we go. And in the process of doing that, you know what's happened, man? We've had a 1,100, over 1,000% increase in interactions that we have. Hundreds of thousands of views. Thousands of interactions with our content, over 2.2 thousand interactions with our content in the last this is really the last week. I mean, it says the last month, but it's really the last week. Our content has been shared right now over 500 times. We're doing what's uncomfortable right here. And sometimes we get 0 views on something. We get 1 view on YouTube, or we get 2 people that tune in for 10 seconds on here. But I know this. I am convinced right now that if we continue to be uncomfortable and we continue to do this every single day, and we try to bring value to people in the most honest way that we can, and we come at a place that's truly trying to give to our audience and help their life be more productive, be entertaining over on the Patrick Carr Show, make them better at creating content over on this side, then I think we can't lose. I just don't see how in the long run you could bet against that. And I think that's where I'm trying to be right now. We want to continue to try to bring value to people. That would be my next. There's 2 more things I want to get to, but that's definitely one. I think that it's more businesses that we work with. Everyone wants something from their customer. We all do. Everyone wants to make more money. Everybody wants to, whatever your goals are in life, it comes from you want something, that money's going to pass hands somehow. You want it. You have a competitor who wants it. You do. You got to beat them out.
What I love about us doing this live stream now is just 30 minutes a day, and we got so much content, just all these views, free. Just doing 30 minutes, just talking to camera. That's all you got to do.
You know what's interesting? You say that it's free. I love that you say that, because social media is free. Imagine if you lived back in the 1970s and you told someone who was in business at that time, the way that the only way they could advertise is maybe through, Yellow Pages, the newspaper, an expensive commercial on television, that you have no idea how many people it reaches. There's no metrics or anything. You went back into that person and you said, hey guys, 50 years from right now, you can actually jump onto a platform, reach anybody in the entire world with your content at any point, and it's free. It costs you nothing to sit there and advertise your business all day long. Is there a limit? No. You can actually do it as much as you want. And it's just no one watches, right? Well, you can target people for free. Yeah. You can actually just talk about the subject and put it in the words, and actually it'll send it out to those people for free. They would have looked at us and they would have said, are you out of your mind? It's the biggest opportunity in the world. But most businesses are not willing to do the hour a day that we go live, right? And then the time that you spend breaking apart that content. And we make 0 money for doing it. There's not one person who's going to pay us today. There'll be 3 people that watch us online, and maybe 2 people that watch this full episode, my mother included, on YouTube right now. But we know that in the long run, there is a much deeper thing that is happening here. We are doing something to try to truly add value to our customers. And if our customers will see that, then they're going to go, you know what? I hope this is somebody that looks like I want to work with this guy, because he shares the same morals and values and a compass for life that I do. And I love that. And I think that we're doing that in an honest way. We're not trying to do it in a way that's like, man, how do I monetize this 30 minutes that we do this? There's no need to monetize it. And I think that this is where, when it comes to social media, getting uncomfortable in your business with your brand, putting yourself out there, exposing your brand and your business and saying, this is what I am, my flaws, my everything. That, in my opinion, is where people are just making a mistake right now. It's free, Anthony. It doesn't cost you anything to get online and to be able to make a video for your business and put it out there. But yet no one is willing to do it. But I'll tell you what every business does want. You sit here and listen to these calls. Leads. You always want something from your customer. What are you going to give them? Right? How are you going to bring value to their life? Well, I'm going to give them my service. Well, they're giving you money for that. If you want someone to become a fan of you, give them something more. Show them that they can be an authority in something. Give them a little piece of nugget of information the next time they're at an office party that they can throw out there like they're some kind of expert in it. Make them the smartest person in the room on a subject. Make them feel like they're important. Entertain them for a little bit. And then down the road, make your ask for it at that point. I really believe that if people can just look at social and go, it's free, and your business could do just an amazing job if it just did a minimal amount right now. Blue Collar Media Group made a big mistake, and we were all in on bottom of funnel content, right? Please give. We can offer this service. Please, come on, book appointments with us. We are determined in 2026 not to be that company, because I know in the long run that this company, if we continue to try to bring entertainment, continue to try to expose this is who we are, that we're going to be in a stronger position at the end of the year, which is the last thing that I want to make a point about that I think has helped us tremendously here. If you're a business and all you want to do is just show the world your polished stuff, all you want to do is just get online and you want to create 3 ads a year and they're all just going to be a polished ad, a commercial, a 30-second spot, and you don't want to show people who you really are, do not expect anyone to be a fan of your business or you. One of the things that I want to try to do over the next couple of months as we do this, and Anthony holds me accountable to it, is we want to make sure that we tell you what we do wrong. Like, I have no problem telling people we have screwed up here a lot. I have had to say sorry to people. I've had to make things right. And any business who tells you otherwise is lying to you. And I will not sit here and act like we are perfect. There are people that let things slip through the cracks, but I truly believe that we have a very honest approach to how we do business and how we treat people. But I want to give people an honest look at this, not a polished everyday thing, but rather there's no editing that goes in. We take these directly from live and we put them onto YouTube so anybody can see them for the rest of time. We don't edit them. We don't do anything to them. The shorts we take out of this, that's what they are. They're just the shorts that we take out of here and you put them together. But there's no script or teleprompter. It's me and Anthony that are talking to one another. And I hope that if I say something that's stupid, somebody goes, that was a dumb thing to say. And then you go, okay, well, I made a mistake. It's live. I'm going through with it. And I think in the long run, people are going to appreciate an authenticity to a business that, well, until recently, people didn't have the opportunity to even show the public. There wasn't even platforms to be able to do this. Now with AI, linking everything together, I'm on one app right now or one program, broadcasting live to potentially an unlimited amount of people. And the only thing that'll keep your business from growing is you. You are the problem. I said it today to my team. I'm the problem here, not you. I am the one that is the kink in the hose. I'm the one that is the one holding things up. And it always will be me. And so as a business owner, as you look at your business and you step into it, what I would ask you is, what are you doing right now to improve your brand? What are you doing to improve the service and the product in which you provide? If the answer is, well, I'm doing the same thing I did last year, man, I can't tell you how bad you are losing. All right. The amount of AI and the amount of stuff that is available in order to improve efficiency every single day is beyond what I can comprehend. And that to me is the scary thing, is that I can't even keep up with it. And, we've got some great stuff coming up next week. I tried it yesterday. Our tech is about to take a whole new level in the industry. I'm so excited for what we're going to be able to bring our clients in the weeks to come, because it's going to completely change how content is looked at, how organic content, how marketing is looked at within video production. And we're doing that because we are willing to get out here and be authentic with people. So listen, that's a little behind the scenes of how we approach things around here. We are far, far from perfect, but I do hope our clients are able to see that we have good people here who genuinely want the best for them. And if we make mistakes, we go to somebody and we say we made a mistake. If we're wrong, we're wrong. And if we're right, we stand up for one another. And I like to think that I think that it's good enough, and it should be. And I can hang my hat on that one. So Blue Collar Media Group, very happy that y'all joined me for this one. Have a great Friday. We've got the Patrick Carr Show coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. Very excited for that. I can't wait to talk about these subjects, man. We got some good ones today, boy. And that's going to be a lot of fun, and appreciate y'all joining us. I'm going to jump over to a call right now. And by the way, bluecollarmediagroup.com. You can go over there if you want to book a call with me. If you're interested in video production and marketing services for your business, head on over there. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.